Well, hello there, friends. Very important question today. Why is European butter taste better than the American butter? But first, let's talk about the difference between the two butter. The USDA required that the butter in America has at least 80% fat and a maximum of 18% water, while the European butter has at least 82 to 90% butter fat and a maximum of 16% water. So less water, more fat in a European butter. In Europe, the cream is non-pasteurized and contains the bacteria necessary to create the tangy and nutty flavor. In America, all commercial creams are pasteurized. So to duplicate those complex flavors, we need to add some live culture. Another big difference between the two butter is that in Europe, the butter has a distinct yellow color. That color is due to the fact that the cow enjoy a rich grass field of beta-carotene. And the cow absorb that beta-carotene through their diet and stored in their fat. And this is where the vibrant orange pigment comes from. By the way, the beta-carotene converts to vitamin A in the body. Another good reason to consume butter. So unless we have unpasteurized European milk, we need to add some cultured buttermilk or yogurt to duplicate the European flavor and texture. So let's make some delicious cultured butter. That's what we're going to call it, cultured butter. First thing we're going to do is we're going to add cream. Fatter the cream, better it is. Today I am using a 40% fat cream. If you can find 36% fat cream, it usually tells you on the container. Then I'm also going to add 4 tablespoons of cultured buttermilk. Make sure when you buy it, it says culture on the bottle. I'm also adding a yogurt, a plain yogurt. I'm needing a cup of plain yogurt. And I'm going to mix all this up. Plain yogurt that has also cultured. And we're going to let this at room temperature. We're going to mix it up well. And we're going to let it at room temperature for 24 to 48 hours. And then we'll make the butter. We're going to cover it up, leave it in the kitchen, 24 to 48 hours. So we'll see you in a couple of days, and we'll finish it together and make beautiful butter. Okay, friends, well, 24 hours went by, and I want to show you, look how thick the cream is on the top. And when you test it, you'll see it's delicious. It's almost like sour cream. Really delicious. So what we're going to do, friends, we're going to whisk and see how thick it is. We're going to whisk it, and we're going to make a butter. All right? So we're going in, and we're going to go a little slowly at the beginning because it's thick, but it still could be very messy because the bottom of it is not so thick. So what we're going to do, we're going to whip until we have perfect whipped cream. And that should take only a couple of minutes. What I recommend you do, friends, is you get a spatula ready to go because as it gets thick, some of it is going to stick on the side of the bowl. And another very important thing, friends, you got to make sure that your bowl is cold, your whisk is cold. So what I did, after 24 hours, I left it in the fridge for a couple of hours. Because if you leave it at room temperature, then it's not cold, obviously, but you need it cold to start the process. So put it in the fridge 2 or 3 hours before you start. Everything should be nice and cold, including the whisk, all right? So we're going to keep whipping this until we have whipped cream. And as soon as it has whipped cream, we're going to change it to a spatula because it'll be easier to remove the butter. You'll see what I'm talking about in a minute, all right? So we're going to wait for this to get to a nice thick whipped cream. All right, as you can see, friends, we're getting close to whipped cream. Very close to whipped cream. Just a couple of more seconds. And the whipped cream is going to break any second. And that's when I'm going to change it to a paddle instead of a whisk. A lot easier. All right, I'm gonna stop it now. You see, we have a broken whipped cream. So very easy for us just to clean it up instead of waiting too long and having the butter, because that's a tough one to remove. You can still do it, but if you have a bottle, much easier. So now you know what I do? I take this opportunity to clean the side, and now we're going to our next stage, which is butter. All right, we're going to continue whipping it, and you'll see in a second the buttermilk is going to separate it from the fat, from the butter fat. All right, now you can see, friends, then it's about to separate it, and the buttermilk is going to separate it, and we're going to get butter. I'm going to slow down because I want you to see, friends. You see right there? You see right there the buttermilk? Okay, so I'm going to slow down. And we have to we don't want to do it too much, but we don't want to do it, we want to do it enough so then the butter becomes a big block. You see? You want to do it kind of slowly now because you're going to get buttermilk everywhere in your kitchen. I'm going to do it slowly a little bit. Yeah, I guess I'm at my slowest speed. All right. So now, friends, now we got butter. Now we got to clean it up. Very simple. You see, very simple to remove because of the paddle instead of the whisk. I mean, you can do it with a whisk, friends, but it's a lot more difficult to get the butter out of there, you see? So now what we do, we take it out of our
A few moments later.
So now what we do, friends, we are going to take this, move it out of here, and then what we'll do, we'll exchange that for this, and we're going to take a bowl, and we're going to put it in a colander. Oh, let me get my spatula back. Everything is still nice and cold, you see? We're going to put our butter, a beautiful butter, right there, friends, okay? So now, all I got to do at this point, I got to take the butter, make a nice mount, and you see, all the buttermilk is there, and I'm going to squeeze it. You see, I'm going to squeeze it. You can see the buttermilk right there. And then I got it because the warmth of my hand is going to melt the butter, so we have to go cook. So we are going now in an ice water. And now we have ice water, and we're going to do exactly the same thing. Now the butter is going to be cold, and you see the water is coming out kind of milky. We want the water out of there, friends, because the water is what's going to make your butter go bad really, really fast. So that's why we have to do this. We put it in, you see, we squeeze it, and now we're going to give it another wash. And the water is probably going to need about 3 washes, and I only have 2 bowls, but you got the idea, friends. You see, now we got nice clean butter. See, the water is much cleaner. Whoo, my hands are cold. We're going to take this out of the way. And now we have one more process, folks, for those of you that want to put salt. In the last video, I did not address the salt. Let me wash my hands real quick. I did not address the salt real quick. So the salt is very easy to figure out, friends. The salt is very simple. It's based, you got to calculate with the grams, all right? So 1 quart, let me just clean this up. 1 quart of cream gives you 12 ounces of butter. 12 ounces of butter is 350 grams. We're going to put it all together like this. It's 12 that is 350 grams of butter, 350 grams. So what we'll do, we'll put about 1%, we'll put 1% of salt. If you want to put salt, it's about 1%. See, we still got some buttermilk in there. As we're mixing the salt, we're getting rid of the final buttermilk that we have. You see? You see right there, friends? We're getting rid of that final buttermilk. See right there? Squeeze it out. Squeeze it out. All right? We're going to give it a final bath. And right there, we have ourselves. Let me clean this up. We have ourselves 12 ounces of beautiful European-style butter. You want to put more salt, then you put 2 grams per volume. So 350 grams of butter, that'll be, I put 3.5 grams, you can put 7 grams. You can put as much or as little as you want. And at this point, you can form it, you can make it look pretty, you can cut it in little, you can freeze it freezes well. You can put it on bread, you can rub it all over your body. Right there, we got ourselves what looks like a pound, but it's not. It's about 12 to 13, 14 ounces of butter. All right, I'm going to give it a test because I know it's good. Friends, you make this. You think you're in France eating butter. You put on top of a croissant, you're going to enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you try to make it. It's worth it. It's fun. I promise you it doesn't taste like anything you buy at the store. I hope you make it. Remember, thumbs up if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to ring the bell. Thanks for watching, friends. That's delicious. Excellent.